Hello and welcome to the S44 ISFL Draft. I am your host and button clicker. Hello and welcome to the CC, former GM of the Chicago Butchers. Now I'm just a lowly peasant, and I'm joined by a few people who will introduce themselves now. In order of their names.
Oh, in order.
Yep.
Hello everyone. I am Moby, the GM of the New Orleans second line, and I will be reading, in addition to my team, notes from the Arizona Outlaws.
Hello, guten Abend. I'm Rotzbur. I'm the GM of the Berlin Fire Salamanders, and I will be reading the Cape Town Crash on top of it.
Hello, I'm Russ Drives the Bus. I am a GM for San Jose. I'm going to read picks for San Jose, Baltimore, and Honolulu.
I'm Unconfident. I'm the Austin Copperheads GM, and I'll be reading for Yellowknife in Colorado as well.
Howdy, everybody. This is Uptown Cord, GM of the Orange County Otters. I will also be reading for the New York Silverbacks.
All right, I always forget to mention I'm reading for Chicago, obviously, and I'm also reading for Sarasota. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Looks like Yellowknife. New Orleans has the first pick.
With the first overall pick, the New Orleans second line select T-Money 6996, Thomas Passarelli, tight end from Bondi Beach. So, with the first overall pick, we decided to we tried to prioritize sort of, the player and the person itself instead of trying to go for holes like need, because we have most of our team pretty much figured out aside from a few positions. So we decided to go for personality, as I said. And talking with T Money, man, this guy is already a culture fit and such a great personality. With talking with Hank, talking with Baz, Swoosh, and my war room, I've heard great reviews and great raves about him. And even though he's a tight end, he's willing to swap to any position, and he's already steadfast, being one of the most has a high desire as a rookie within the league already, and we're pleased to draft him and do great things with him going forward.
Yeah, great pick. I don't think anyone's too surprised by this one. Fantastic user. I've gotten to know him in WFC, so great pick.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Oh yeah,
all over,
sure.
Posting all kinds of stuff, hyping everybody up. Great pick, first overall.
All right, next up are my Butchers, or formerly my Butchers, and with the second pick in the draft, we will be selecting linebacker A Waffle, user Half-Eaten Onion Bagel, aka HEOB. So back when I first was drafted to the Butchers in S22, HEOB was probably the most active person in the locker room, and we also both happened to play cornerback, so I was always DMing him, asking what I should upgrade, and bothering him all the time. And even after he retired and didn't have a player anymore anywhere in the league, he still occasionally popped into the Chicago locker room to preach the gospel of Rex Grossman. So we're really excited to get him back in Chicago.
Praise be.
Yep. Especially since his last player didn't get the chance to rejoin us. And we know that he's going to be a huge player for us while we try to wrap up this rebuild. I believe he played for you on his last player, right, Russ?
He did indeed.
Yep,
he did indeed.
All right.
He's really high on our list.
Same for us as well.
Next is San Jose.
All right, and with the third pick in the draft, San Jose has selected Orange Julius, wide receiver from the London Royals. OJ had a scouting conversation with Lucid, and I don't think Lucid has stopped talking about OJ since. So he has been banging that drum for us to talk to him and pick him, and Tyler Toksum, who's our new quarterback as well, he's in our war room, is the GM in London, and he's also just selected OJ to be his co-GM. So we've got both of those now. It's a London affair. And OJ's just been super fantastic user. He's caught on so quickly. He's got the GM job that I mentioned. He's also on the sim team as well. Dude is just all around super excited about the league and really wants to dive in and learn everything he can. So we are super stoked to add this weapon to our offense.
Yeah, at 2 overall, we were trying to decide between HEOB and OJ, so not a surprise to see him go
our
3.
top 3 were the top 3 that went. So we had to make some maneuvers to add another wide receiver, but we're more than happy to do it.
For sure.
I think pretty much the top 3 went as everybody expected. Maybe not in the exact order, but in the range, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think so. Now let's see who Yellowknife picks at 4 overall.
4th overall pick, Yellowknife will select
A
a
trade.
trade with my Copperheads. Yo!
How exciting.
Whoa! So
Already a big trade.
we made this move because there was a guy we wanted at 4 that we were pretty sure was going to go at 5, and we thought throwing a third away was not going to be that big of a deal for us to make sure we secured this excellent player. So, with the 4th overall pick, the Copperheads will select Trent Thigpen Grimcrackers of the Tijuana Luchadors. This guy, I didn't see much of him. There was a couple medias, but I didn't talk to him. But when I went to go scout him, he was such an amazing conversation. I love talking to this dude. I think he's gonna be really great. He's probably gonna be a GM one day somewhere. So I'm really excited to add him to the team, add him to the locker room.
I agree. Y'all got a
Get that.
really great player here.
Definitely.
Always got to get the best DT ever.
I'm pretty sure Grim is the one I scouted where we barely even talked to ISFL. We basically just talked about adult jobs and resumes and stuff. It was an actually really
Man, no
refreshing
wonder you passed
conversation.
on him. That sounds boring.
I had a great time. I think we
He's
both
probably
learned a
thinking
lot.
to himself, I don't want to play for this nerd.
Listen, he brought it up.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
scouted
it's a
Grim,
great
and
pick.
Grim was great to
Hey,
scout.
as a fellow DT, I'm hyped that he's top 5 pick.
Very nice. All right. With the last top 5 pick, Orange County's up.
With the 5th overall pick, the Orange County Otters have selected user Katarn22, Ryan McBean, defensive tackle out of Bondi Beach. Katarn is a proven user who is just overall fantastic. We are delighted to have them anchor our defensive line for seasons to come. Going into this draft, the D-line was at the top of our list, and Katarn's a proven user who everybody loves. And he would honestly have been a top prospect for us even if we had the top pick in the draft.
Reach.
Muford, stop DMing me.
Hey.
I was just told everyone can hear my pings.
He's
Classic
he's a
Muford.
legend. Katarn's a legend,
Attaboy,
and
he's
I'm
picking
glad
on
that
the
he's
other
back
team.
after a small hiatus.
1 second, I'm trying to fix this.
Yeah, Katarn was a big name.
Katarn is great.
And I'm glad to
Remember-
266 TP already by draft time was. I mean, that's what we expect from the boys.
Okay.
So glad to have him back.
I'm glad I enabled streamer mode in time because I now have 9 messages from Muford that he sent all after I said to stop messaging me. So.
Oh Lord.
Fixed now. I don't think anyone heard more than 2. So let's move on and see who Yellowknife picks next.
With the 6th overall pick, Yellowknife will select Thor Dangerson, Homer Crates from the Portland Pythons. This is what they had to say. We were actually going to take Thor at our original spot before the Austin trade was finalized. So not only did they get their guy, they also got extra draft capital to do it. Thor is super active, high earning, and has the sadistic interest in sim testing that we all love to see. We look forward to adding such a prospect to our team, and definitely don't plan on just locking him in our sim dungeon. Someone should probably check up in a couple seasons.
Yeah, exactly. I know he's been hard at work simming and doing research in WFC, teamed up with T-Money, actually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we have Sarasota, who I'm reading for. And with the 7th pick, Sarasota will be selecting safety Jamie O'Ryan, user Pierce Wise 1. And Sizz sent me these notes. I don't know if they're the ones that wrote all of them, but they said, just like one of the parts of his namesake, we picked Jamie O'Ryan to be one of the stars of our defense for years to come. That's an amazing line, can't lie. As half of our current safety tandem is aging, we went looking for a replacement and couldn't be happier with our find. With lots of experience in sim leagues and an enthusiasm for the ISFL that's hard to match, we see Jamie being an integral part of both our on-field performance and our locker room. That
That
first
Griffin
sentence
in a
went hard.
Seahawks jersey is jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild. But I appreciate it.
For sure. All right, Rots. Looks like your team's up next.
Sweet. And with the 8th pick in the first round, the Berlin Fire Salamanders select QB Tour turned the ball over, some say, from the Minnesota Grey Ducks. And yeah, Duvall told me to just tell some say he sucks, but we
I'll
really
second
needed
that.
a
I'll second that.
Yeah, I'll
QB
third.
for the future. And there were some QBs on the board, but some say was always our primary target. We recently signed Nunk, which is amazing and will get us through some great seasons in our window, but some say is a great locker room pickup and someone that we really wanted to get, and we were really happy that some say was still on the board when we selected and no one stole them. So perfect.
Oh, don't worry. No one wanted him. It's
Uh,
fine.
Since his last player was with us his whole career, obviously I'm glad that you guys were able to pick him back up, and I just wish we were able to get him, or at least at a different position. But glad he's back.
He's
So
wanted to
bad.
be QB, I think, for a while, so I'm
Oh, yeah.
hoping
definitely.
it works
Yeah,
out for
yeah.
him.
I think he
we'll
said that
switch
it
Hey, at
them
least
should
he
to
be-
gets a sack.
O-line.
Hey,
We'll
There
hey,
you
some
go.
say if you're
reading
listening
this,
to this, I'm
it's
gonna
too late.
sack you. I'm
I
gonna
don't
sack
know.
you.
Some say
We'll
it's still
see.
getting switched to O-line soon.
Good. He'll love that.
Haha.
All right. Next, we have Colorado.
Totally not
This is the
switched to
9th overall
O-line.
pick. Colorado will select Blorgle. No, Pete Moss, Menace 0528 BBB. This is what they had to say. Pretty much everyone in the war room has good things to say about Menace. We believe Pete Moss will make a fine addition to our linebacker collection, and we look forward to them being an absolute menace on the field and a quality contributor to the locker room.
Oh, I'm sure Blorgle will be a quality contributor to the locker room. Dude's super fun to talk to.
And y'all are about to get 8 million new emotes.
We still have a blogger channel in Berlin, so
Nice. Okay, next are the Butchers again. And with the 10th pick, the Chicago Butchers will select linebacker Joey Battle, user Captain SB. Rake wrote this note and he said, Captain SB, or as he's known in the Butchers locker room, Captain Super Bowl, for how many Ultimates championships he's going to lead Chicago to, is about to put the league in a triangle choke like Anderson Silva did to Shail Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen, yeah,
Chael
okay.
Sonnen. I was close. Put on
Yeah.
your
UFC
gloves and
reference?
let's get chopping. Also, for the record, nobody in Chicago has ever called him that. But maybe we will. I don't know.
That's not what I
Super
heard.
Bowl.
That's not what I
Yeah,
heard.
Captain Super Bowl.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl. Nice.
I like this conversation a lot too, in scouting. What a wildly infectious attitude he's got. I hope he
Mhm.
sticks with the league for sure, because that's an asset we all need.
For sure.
Yep.
Next, we have Arizona.
That would be me. So for the 11th overall pick, the Arizona, not the champions for once, Outlaws select Bamford 13. Jordan Bamford, wide receiver from Portland. So according to, Katasa probably wrote this. So according to the notes, we're excited to welcome Bamford to Arizona, part of the exciting rookie class and a real delight to talk to. We almost thought there wasn't a point in scouting them because we didn't think they'd possibly fall to us. Bamford brings math skills, fun locker room energy, and while he calls himself the best wide receiver 2 ever, we're sure he can rock it at any spot.
Love the energy in that.
Mumford was the guy we were considering at 5 as well when we traded up, or at 4. So pretty surprised to see him flip
considering
to
Arizona,
11, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised too. But considering that the higher defensive level, the defensive tackles and defensive players went higher, plus Arizona's need at wide receiver, considering their best duo ever in Captain and Blondin are getting older, practically dead in 2 years. This is a no-brainer pick for them, I would assume.
Good insight there. Next, Cape Town is on the clock. And they will select to trade.
Ooh,
Whoa!
Looks like Cape Town is sending their current pick and their third round pick, or Colorado's third round pick, pick 37, and they are receiving pick 28 and next year's first from Baltimore. Also, it looks like it's fixed on this one, but Infinite wanted me to let everyone know that some of the trade slides may say S43 instead of S44. So, anyway,
I don't have notes for this trade. Sorry.
do you have notes for the pick?
Well, not for
notes for the
Baltimore.
pick. But yeah, not for the trade. But here is what they said about the choice that they made, which is Carter Goat, Caleb Grimm from the Bird Dogs. We felt like we were in a good spot to pick best available player. However, we weren't sure that Carter would make it to 14, so we felt we had to get him here. His analytical media articles, as well as his eagerness to expand his knowledge of the league, made this an easy decision for us. It also helped that he messaged about wanting us to draft him shortly after the draft process started, so they're glad to have him in Baltimore.
Caleb Grimm is just an absolute stud. Has been putting out some of the best media I've seen from a rookie. So just fantastic player.
Yeah. I think,
Totally.
I don't know what I thought. It's gone. It immediately left me. But it's a good pick.
Chicago.
Uh-oh, what's happening? CC. We can't
CC.
hear
Oh
you.
shit, I was muted.
Attaboy.
Yeah, anyway, pick 13. Offensive lineman, Triceracop, user Fiery Heart. Back-to-back O-line, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, First Frey wrote this one, and he
Fair
said,
rubs.
New GM, by the way, First Frey, says, is it a human, is it a dinosaur, or is it both? The league better be on watch as the Butchers welcome the first human-dinosaur hybrid to the league. Defenses will think twice before coming at this three-horned beast. Fiery Heart has been active on Discord left and right and has been getting involved in hosting game days and pumping out articles, so this was too good of a pick to pass up. Welcome to Chicago.
Woo.
I think this one, there was a lot of activity, like trade discussion-wise, for a lot of teams trying to figure out where they might have to move up to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he definitely, I think, started a little slower and then really came on at the end there, and everybody sort of started to notice and realized, okay, this could be something special. And I think that's definitely true.
Yep. And it's also hard to project where offensive linemen are going to
every time
start going in the draft.
Yeah.
We were praying that he would fall to us at 19. He was absolutely one of our favorite prospects ever.
Too bad.
We had
Rip.
I think we talked to 2 or 3 teams on the way down to our next pick, trying to get up here for Cop, because we thought he probably wouldn't make it, but he could have, and by golly.
Back to be you.
There he goes. All right, let's see who goes at 14 to Baltimore.
Well, I'll tell you right now. With the 14th pick and the last pick in the first round, Baltimore selects Joe Bazooka, user Bazooka Joe, from the Royals. This was a no-brainer for us at pick 14. FSF scouted Bazooka and couldn't stop raving about him and that Pacific Northwest connection. A former PBE GM, his familiarity with sim leagues, as well as his desire to max earn and being open to playing at different positions, made this a match made in heaven for us.
Well, if FSF
This
thought
is
it was a
great.
good pick,
Former
it's
teammate of
probably
mine.
not.
Yeah, it's probably Garbo if Pete thought he's a good fella.
Yeah.
But
This is his
he's
one
actually
time that he
a good
cooked.
pick.
Yeah,
One
this
in
is-
100. One in
I
a
don't know.
1,000.
This was his 5-star dish. Yeah,
His rare 5-star dish once
Joe's
in a
definitely on
generation.
our board for sure.
All right. Let's see if New Orleans gets a 5-star dish.
With the first pick in the second round, New Orleans selects Joe Steele, Scott Jr., safety from the London Royals.
I would say they did.
So at this point, we're going for best pick available, and with our draft board, we were seeing that Joe Steele was falling to us, and although we have two safeties right now, his willingness to play multiple defensive positions helps afford us positional versatility, and his willingness to earn the league and is a great locker room presence along with T Money is such a great value pick in the second round that we just couldn't pass up on him.
Definitely a good pick here. We considered Joe Steele whenever we took Fiery Heart. So
In our war room, every pick for most of the first round, we just kept saying, "Why is Joe Steele slipping? Like, where's Joe Steele gonna go?"
Yeah.
So this is a really
Mhm.
good.
We had him as a first round pick, and we were lucky to get him in the second round as he fell.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some big value there.
Vikings render that makes it high value anyways.
Well,
Yeah, depends. Anyway, let's keep on moving here. So
let's see who the
Pick
Saber
six-
Kitties select.
the who? I don't think they have a
That's
pick
Saber
in this
Kitties.
draft. I'm not sure that that's a team in the ISFL actually.
well, they might be.
So the Sabercats actually have a pick here at 16. And
Wow.
with that choice, we have gone with running back Maple Dogwood, user Dogwood Maple.
Go.
Man, that is a clean render.
Yeah, it is.
The legend returns.
Yes,
I
the
love
legend,
Dogwood so much.
has indeed returned.
Everyone
and
loves Dogwood.
Oh,
we saw
all you
Yeah.
rookies.
Bazooka go, and we definitely know that we need another running back ASAP because our offense is young, but our current RB is IA, so we need to start building up his replacement so we can make that happen. And so Bazooka went, and we saw Dogwood was still here, and he created an S26 and was just huge in the league. Does a ton of media. He's a big user on CFB, the subreddit on for college football. He does like all kinds of fun facts and stuff like
He's
that.
famous.
Yeah, he is not just like a normal poster. He's like a big deal.
During
His
the NFL
favorite-
draft,
it-
if you go on our NFL during the NFL draft, he's the dude posting every pick.
Yeah, he's
And it's
he's
always
pretty
fun.
legendary, and so we're super excited that he fell to us for our running back needs. And even though he is a Georgia Bulldog fan, we're hoping he's okay with
Dogs.
being a Sabercat.
I wish we needed running back. I love Dogwood so much, but I really wish
Same.
we would have needed running back.
I drafted Dogwood in
I- this-
PBE, and I scouted him. I had a really good conversation, and he's like, "How's your running back situation?" And it's like, we cannot do, unfortunately. So like, my heart broke a little bit.
Yeah, we
When I had
we
to
did
let
get a
him
little
tell
lucky
him.
with our roster situation here because it just kind of fits perfectly for us. And speaking of another
The-
perfect fit, we do
Let's see
have
it.
another
Oh, yeah,
pick
go
here back to back. You didn't see
They're
that
Saber
coming.
Kittens?
No, I'm telling you, they're
Back
not
to
in this
back.
draft. That's kind of crazy though. That you guys are even. I'm sorry you're confused. So at pick 17, Sabercats again will choose user okayest boomer. Not sure what they've done there with his name, but he is Ronald McDonald. And we did
Oh, Lord.
verify that it is pronounced okayest boomer, not any of the other variations you may have heard or thought you knew or thought in your head. So this was another of our big needs. We need another defensive lineman to help fill out our defense. And Tyler had been a little quiet about this guy, but then once the draft started picking up, he saw him still on the board. He started really singing his praises, and he makes these hilarious, like awesome highlight videos for London after their games. And if you have not seen those, you absolutely need to. He's got one that is the Ronald McDonald football mixtape that you absolutely need to familiarize yourself with.
You're
It
gonna be
is
searching
amazing.
for that later.
So his TPE actually is a little low here because he ended up getting Tier 6 equipment like the night before it closed, and then he already has T6 for this season. So he's been
Nice.
making those videos and stacking big time bank. And my conversation with him was really great. So I'd like to think that we definitely got a steal here, and we're just like super ecstatic because it's a big need for us. So we took 2 major needs for our team here back to back, and we're feeling pretty good about it.
Very nice. Next, we have Chicago's 4th pick in the top 20, and we will select running back Marty Crane, user Marty the Monster. First phrase says, Marty Crane is like a half-pound cheeseburger. Classic, consistent, dependable, no frills American fun. A blue-collar meal the working man and CEO can both enjoy because it's more substance than marketing. Marty isn't flashy, but in 4th and 1 with the game on the line, you're not looking for flashy. You're looking for someone who can just grind out that crucial yard, and that man is Marty Crane. So yeah,
First Frick cooked with those notes.
he really did.
That's incredible.
That was intense.
That was actually
No
beautiful.
wonder
Like,
he's
I'm
a
not even
GM.
gonna
What
lie.
happened?
I
First
don't
Frick,
think
that
I
was
ever
beautiful.
wrote anything that good except for my Nickelback one. Way
Oh
back
God.
when. All right. Uptown Court.
All
Your
right,
Orange
at
County Otters are up.
pick 19, we have selected user Datboy69, cornerback Wayne Miller out of Minnesota. Datboy left a great impression on us in scouting. We think they really flew under the radar, and we're surprised that they were here at this pick. They recently just put in a 60 plus TPE update, which puts them up there with the top earners in this class. Should be a fun addition to the locker room, and we are excited to add them to the no swim zone.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the Copperheads are on the clock now.
Ooh, with the 20th overall pick, the Austin Copperheads will select Gajeel Red Fox, cornerback AJ 887. AJ, great scouting conversation. He's a guy I know from PBE, former PBE GM, current streamer, whatever. He's a great guy to talk to. Great, all that nice stuff. We need a corner, so yeah,
Generic nice
excited to bring him
things.
in.
All right. Orange
Okay,
County
well.
again.
All right, at pick 21, we have drafted JW88, billionaire linebacker out of Tijuana. At 21, there was a lot of talent still on the board, but Jason seemed like a dream come true. He helped strengthen our defense and fits in perfectly personality-wise with the culture that we have in the locker room. Getting someone at 21 overall that has GM experience and is a trusted earner and locker room contributor made this a slam dunk for us once everything was considered.
What a
Man,
guy. Everyone
But he's
loves
Jason.
I really wish we were able to get him here, but you guys sniped him ahead of us
We had to
to
do
get him
it.
back. It's like Hank said, we're reigniting the rivalry.
And that's it. With the 22nd pick overall, the Berlin Fire Salamanders select Golden Foot. Use Musha 6570 from KCC. Well, one of our GMs was a horrible kicker. That was me. So I decided to retire. Which means we needed a kicker. And Musha was one of the ones that I scouted. And it was an awesome conversation. Loved it so much. Looking for a long-term team. We're looking for a long-term kicker. And this will be our kick of the future.
Russ, do you think D-Walt knows who that render is?
I don't, but I think
Wait,
he
is that-
needs to.
Yeah, true.
Is that who I think it is?
I don't know who you think
Probably
it is.
not.
No.
Next is
Should I
Yellowknife. Is that UC? Yellowknife?
That is me. Shit.
Wait.
With the 23rd overall pick, the Yellowknife Wraiths will select. Oh God. Cerrone Zystarch II. What
Oh,
a
you
render.
crushed it.
What a
You
name.
crushed it.
What a guy.
Yeah, that's pretty.
What a guy.
Look at those arms.
Good
Oh boy.
thing he's a kicker.
Big boy right here.
You need them. All right.
Dick,
So here's what they have to say.
dick of the kick.
Look, we understand kickers aren't people. So true. But that's no excuse for letting the best kicking prospect
Wow.
since Ray Baker slip this far into the second round. We were trying desperately to trade up back into the back half of the first round. Then we desperately tried to trade up in the second round. In the end, we somehow managed to grab Zystarch in the mid-second, despite having a first-round grade on them. This is a coup, and we will be sure to allow thank the other GMs for allowing this to happen during Zystarch's Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Big words. Big bold words.
Yeah. Locke might have been my best scouting conversation this year, but at the end I was just basically like, yeah, we don't need a kicker. And Locke was like, this feels like I'm getting broken up with by my girlfriend. All right, next is Honolulu, one of their few picks in this draft. Is that Russ?
It is indeed. Sorry, the locker room is going nuts. So at 24, Honolulu waited patiently, and they're finally going to choose Shady Shoelace, quarterback Leonard McRobinson. Their notes say, excited to get our guy here. Looking forward to the future of Honolulu with what Shady can bring to the table. With previous success as both player and user, we know we hit it out of the park here. McRobinson going to look real good in that blue and yellow. I think sometimes they call it maize.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe losers do.
Probably. Okay, Moby, I think you're reading for Arizona, right?
Yes. All right. So for the 25th, okay, for the 25th overall pick, the Arizona Outlaws select. Select defensive tackle Dormer Bloodhand, the Crimson King 99 from the Kansas City Coyotes. So according to the notes, give me right here. All right, Dormer Bloodhand has had some of the top media pieces I've ever had the joy of reading here in the ISFL. We're so happy that we were able to snag the Crimson King here, and look forward to the Water Deepian moving to Arizona. So clearly, it's the Dungeons and Dragons inspired, which already that's a steal right there for Arizona. Plus, he looks like Drax. They're probably inspired from Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So great pick, and it fills a position of need for Arizona as they have to retool from missing the playoffs.
Took a little sippy sip.
Yeah, whoops.
That was a great sippy sip.
That was a gulpy gulp.
All right.
Wait, was that loud? It wasn't even that loud.
Very much.
Oh shit! That was that was unintentional.
It's all
Hope you're
good.
super
Next-
hydrated now.
Next is Colorado.
With the 26th overall pick, Colorado will select Matrim Cotton, Ravens fan from Ontario, wide receiver. This is what they had to say. Our FFO has been great in our locker room during the scouting process and fits in nicely with our team needs as we have some openings in the receiving game coming. We like when we find both a great user and someone who can plug a position of need to help us both in the sim and in enjoying our locker room chatter. Plus, who could say no to another Canadian? True. Looking.
Oh god, they're spreading.
It's getting worse.
Hey,
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think this is an absolute steal. User with lots of experience in league leadership over in the SHL. Just great value at this pick.
For sure.
Yep.
Let's see if New York gets great value.
Good point. At pick 27, the New York Silverbacks select user Lurching Card, player Xavier Marino, cornerback out of Portland. Xavier Marino, more like more no way we got to steal this late. With a few aging members in the secondary, we're extremely happy to have landed Lurching Card, who was awesome in our scouting conversation. Doesn't hurt to have another Detroit Lions fan on the team either for Wizard and Sloth to share their misery with.
For
Yep.
sure.
I find out
pick.
Wizard is a Lions fan.
Yeah, poor guy. it's fucked.
What
Well,
are you
they
talking
beat
about,
my
poor guy?
Chiefs
They're
week
actually
1,
good.
So
No, yeah, they're fun.
Elite Fitz render
Both
though.
teams were good. That was a
Yeah.
good game. That was a good Thursday night game. A rare Thursday night game that was good.
So, with the
Cape Town.
28th pick, Cape Town will select Thor. Way up. Thor. Oh shit. Ballers Wavela, I suppose.
you're
Or
the only person here
Sivelia.
that had a chance at pronouncing that right. Good job.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
failed
you're
at
the Thor Bolsevilia.
Ballers Wavela. And
Sejla.
CTC had that to say. The Crash came into this draft with one goal only: draft a QB to replace next, which personally I understand. They would have taken anyone. That's how desperate they were. So the fact that they were able
But-
to pick up one of the most active and dedicated users in the entire league was a dream come true. Thor is not only simply filling a positional need. Oh, holy. Bringing them into the locker room adds a phenomenal presence as well as expertise that few people in the league can match. The Crash are ecstatic to welcome Thor into the herd, and LCC looks forward to the next rep collaboration. Well, any chance you have to replace an X is a good one, so cool. Great pick.
True.
Hey, let's clap it up for CTC. First pick in a while, and they get an ace.
Yeah, for sure.
Clapping for
After
Negs.
after Negs
You can't make
after
me.
Negs decimated them with the
You
Ram
won't fool
strategy.
me.
Mm-mm.
All
I
right,
ain't clapping
Moby,
for
let's
Negs.
see who you take.
All right, give me 1 second. All right, with the 28th overall pick, the 29th, my bad. 29th overall pick, New Orleans second line selects JJ 2416, Biggie Fast, O-line from Bondi Beach. Gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised that we got the last high level O-line this late into the draft, because a lot of people were asking, DMing us, "Hey Moby, are you gonna trade third over, this pick?" And I'm like, no. I mean, well, there were good offers, or at least interesting offers, but seeing how one of the last high level O-line was still on the board, we felt like we had to take it and improve our O-line that gave up a lot of sacks last year, and it was just a no-brainer and great value too. Whenever you can pick up a human O-line this late in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a PB minors GM, so fantastic pick.
Nice, love to see it. Next, Yellowknife is on the clock. UC.
I was muted. With
Classic.
the 30th overall pick, Yellowknife will select Hat Uncertain, Skriz, cornerback. This is what they had to say. We're not sure why a nearly max earning defensive back is still on the board in the third, but we're not complaining. User Skriz has been an active contributor to both the Norfolk locker room and war room, and we look forward to him bringing that same energy to Yellowknife.
It's probably uncertain because of the former
Uncertain.
player.
And it's probably
Uncertain.
uncertain why he's still here.
True. Possibly the steal of the draft, which the Saber Kitties will not be getting with the next pick, but let's see who it is anyway.
Wow, you don't know
Wow.
that. Talking trash about our pick already. That's crazy. At 31, we have selected Matthew Bolt from the Buccaneers.
I take it back. I loved my conversation with Bolt.
Yeah, okay, attaboy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Take that shit back. So it's no secret that the San Jose secondary has been troubled, I guess, for quite a while. So we are trying our best to load up with all the talent we can get. And And Lucid again scouted Bolt and said that the conversation was great and he was very responsive, and we love to see that. So yeah, we're happy to get another DB to build up our secondary for our run at a title here in a few years.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But
We will indeed.
next, we have Baltimore.
We do, and that is also me, which is
Mhm.
wild. At 32, Baltimore has selected Diego Lopez de Castilla, user DL14. The fact that DL fell this far is crazy. A former S41 player, DL looks to help the Hawks' current but aging wide receiver regime transition to the next wave of future star wide receivers. It also helps that he's super active in Discord and engages with everyone they talk to. Welcome to Baltimore, DL.
It'd also be a huge deal. I think people were afraid because he retired early on his last player, but maybe he'll stick around this time.
Well, I'll
And-
tell you, he told me he thought he was going to go in the third round. Well, he said he
Oh.
knew he was going in the third round. So maybe,
Nice.
everyone
call.
but him was surprised. But yeah, I hope he does well, despite what people may think. I hope he succeeds. I hope he can stick with it this time and have a good experience in the ISFL.
For sure.
Mhm.
All right. Next is Chicago, and with pick 33, we will trade to Baltimore.
Look at that.
We're taking
Wow,
an inactive rental at defensive end in Mabel Pines to move back 4 slots with Baltimore. So Baltimore's up again.
It is indeed their pick. With 33, Baltimore has selected Googer. I really wasn't sure, but Render told me to go with that. So
yeah.
we really enjoyed PHB's convo during their scouting process. An LB for us at this spot fills a need for our soon-to-be aging LB core, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have him join the Hawks. So welcome, Googer. Which
Doesn't
honestly,
the Cougar
I-
have any ears? Why doesn't it have any
they're
ears?
pinned
They're pulled
back. You
back.
never
It's
seen it? Oh
attacking.
my god,
If the
dude!
cougar
What an
is
uneducated
angry-
swine.
Typical Canadian. Never seen a cougar.
Yikes!
Have you never looked at a
Yikes.
friggin' cat?
Someone give Mike whiskey on the phone.
I've never seen a cat before.
Crazy. You know what else is crazy? Yellowknife being on the clock.
And I'm not muted. All right, with the 34th overall pick, Yellowknife will select Red Mist Trenick, another DT. Here's what they have to say. We entered this season shorthanded on the defensive line, so we knew that we would have to find a lineman in this draft. Mist gives us incredible scheme versatility. All right, nerd. Both on the field and off. After all, we now have We now have DMs for both 5E and Pathfinder. Someone's gonna have to explain that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
D&D games.
Yes, sir.
D&D
Well,
types.
Pathfinder
It's
is not
D&D
D&D.
versions.
It's okay.
Well, not yet.
Stop it, nerds.
Mr.
Let's keep going.
Technical.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
So basically, the nerd
Yeah,
comment was fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Accurate.
Okay, you see. Uptown, we could, yeah.
Okay.
They don't know. Do they know?
New Orleans is up next.
All right. With the 35th overall pick, the New Orleans second line select Buttersquatch 101, Dan 7, running back for Tijuana. So essentially at this point we're just looking for great value and whatever's left here, and the fact that Dan 7, aka Buttersquatch, was in our laps was a bit of a beauty. So now we at least have 2 running backs to at least give our boy Kyle Crane, shout out to him, a break so that he doesn't have to shoulder the load, and we at least help to diversify and gives us positional versatility whenever we need to shuffle the offense a bit going forward.
Sure. Long-time user. I know Butters pretty well. Good
Butter
pick.
Boys had a bunch of players.
Yeah, I
For
really
sure.
wanted to grab Butters if he would have been there later. Sadly, wasn't.
Yep. And next we have Sarasota.
Mhm.
And at pick 36, the Sailfish will select cornerback Gio Roberts, user Sound5th. What's that sound? It's the footsteps of Gio coming for your wide receivers. Here in the third round, we were once again hoping to snag a piece for our secondary to shore up some spots, and we envisioned Gio filling that role for us. Gio showed some serious flashes of excellence in his rookie DSFL season, and we're looking forward to seeing that talent translate over to the ISFL level. And
Thank you for that pun.
you can thank Sizz for that. Next is Chicago. And at pick 37, Chicago selects safety Dewey Green Beans. Love the name. Love the render. User DC Phil. Rake says, District of Columbia Phillip may be an ISFL rookie, but he's as gray as they come. Joining the old boys club with the likes of Rake, Tubadeus, Tooth Pete, and Dom, we're sure this boomer will provide the Chicago locker room with wisdom for years to come, or not, given his advanced age. Welcome to Chicago.
Okay, he may be a boomer, but he's not the okayest boomer.
Yeah. I
Better
love
than
that.
okay. Better than okay.
I love that I heard a dog shake while we have a dog
Yeah,
random.
my dog's right behind me. I
Dude,
like
that
how
was-
you picked
that was
up exactly
super
what
nice.
that sound was. I don't know.
Well, I have
Those
dogs,
are
so
ears flapping.
yeah.
All right.
And speaking of
is-
flapping,
Let Pen read a note.
the
Let Pen
Honolulu
read a
Flap
note.
Flaps.
What a good transition, Russ. Good job.
Yeah, I've been doing this, you know.
You're a natural.
The Honolulu Flap Flaps will select Wario Saturday, user Ricky Martin IRL, which is just wild on the off chance that it is Ricky Martin. That'd be crazy. Welcome to the league.
No, this is a recreate. We know who
Hey,
Ricky
It
is.
could still be,
Ricky.
It could
It
still
could
be
st-
real
yeah.
Ricky Martin.
Well, oh my gosh. Excuse me. They have
In
notes.
real life.
Hey, Ricky, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Ricky.
Oh God.
We
Oh,
hope
Jesus.
Saturday can continue to succeed at what he does best, manhandling big guys to do what he wants. Please get your stinger ready and in the upright position. Please welcome back to paradise.
Ice Bear may be the daddiest boomer ever.
I think that's factual.
That's crazy to say.
Oh, bless him. Okay, well, those were the notes, and welcome Ricky Martin to Honolulu, I suppose.
Okay, next we
The
have
real Ricky
Arizona, which is Moby.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
You're good.
Arizona. Sorry. Arizona with the 39th overall pick. The Arizona Outlaws select Trundle or Crundle. I'm gonna say Crundle. Probably
way.
sounds like a hard CH. Crundle, aka Jelani Avant, tight end from London Royals. So according to
Kutasa.
Katasa's notes, we were a bit surprised to see Crundle fall, but are happy to bring him back to Arizona. Quinn was a multi-time champion with the Outlaws, and we're hoping that Avant can be the same. Crundle also owes Katasa a few matches of teamfight tactics that he would make sure to cash in. Oh my God, no teamfight tactics! Sorry.
Moby let the trauma get out. You okay?
No, it's not me. My brother plays it a lot, and the amount of times he curses is just like, oh God.
Oh, was that the end of the note?
They get a
Sorry.
user back. Yeah, pretty good. That was the end of those.
Gotcha. Okay. My cat once let out of the room,
What?
so next is Colorado, and I'll be right back.
Hey, CC, with the 40th overall, is he gonna do it, or how's this work?
Yep, keep going.
Okay, with the
Whoops,
40th
sorry.
overall pick, the Colorado Yeti will select Felix Waterman, Will 3, safety. Waterman makes great pens, so hopefully a safety by the same name will have a bright future in the league and can do good things for us. And my partner had a dog named Felix. That was great. So there's another reason to be biased towards this player at this point in the draft. I don't know who wrote this, but good for you. That you
We're
had so
we're
many
at,
connections to this guy.
we're ranking pen makers now. This is like a whole
Oh,
level of
that's
freaking
something.
nerd.
That's
Pen
a
maker.
finesse,
They make good pens, and their old dog was named Felix. So
There's a good
they,
reason.
they
as
might as
any.
well just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Why not?
Should have took this guy with their first pick, their first rounder.
I
Maybe.
agree.
All right. At pick 41, the Silverbacks select user Slick, Tyrell Ramsey, cornerback Tijuana. This was a slick pick, adding another cornerback to the future of our roster. Puns aside, Slick has everything it takes
Haha.
to be a key contributor to the Silverback defense, and we're thrilled to unite him with his old buddy Sean.
Dang, you can tell. You can
Jesus.
tell. The GMs have changed. They would have done much better with that. Rip
Okay.
Zan.
Let's see how Moby does with the next pick.
All right, with the 42nd overall. Oh, we know it's Eric Katasa. With the 42nd overall pick, Arizona selects Kirby Burns. Kirby
Oh
Bernard,
wait,
tight
shit.
end from
We
Bondi
messed
Beach.
that one up. Oh well, it's fine.
Ugh,
Oh, fuck it, whatever.
cap.
They didn't
Oh,
do that
right, I
yet.
got it.
Jesus.
That's a lot of cap space.
You know what? It is kind
fuck,
of
I
confusing
forgot.
since you were reading for both New Orleans and Arizona.
I forgot we made this pick. 42, wait, 42nd. Okay, 40 seconds to the end of the. So at this point, you know, we got most of our targets, and we were approached by Katasa, and what was it? Katasa? Yeah, Katasa. He's like, hey, you want to make this trade to help us out? I'm like, sure. So
Which was their
we
first
received the
mistake.
cap. I thought the first mistake was accidentally trading first overall, but we're not gonna get into that. Anyway, we decided to make a pick swap and gain additional cap just in case, and kick the tread on the pick because at this point we got most of our targets. That being said,
Nice.
with the now
I wonder who they'll
officially
take.
with the 42nd overall pick, Arizona picks Kirby Burns, Kirby Bernard, tight end from Bondi Beach. I think Katasa put notes here. He did. All right. So for Kirby brings a great energy and vibe in the Arizona locker room. I'm going to assume that was a typo. We're hoping to be able to connect with them in the Arizona locker room and looking forward to them participating in the ISFL.
Very
Yay.
nice. All right, now this is you again. With
Yeah, with the 43rd overall pick, New Orleans selects.
a trade.
Woo! Cape Town, and Cape Town selects.
Wait, I gotta explain. Wait,
Do you
Uh,
really
I was
need
gonna
to
explain.
explain a trade in the fourth round, dude?
I mean, that's
So-
true.
They select Leonard
Next one-
McCoy,
Yep.
dynamic MLB 42 from the Kansas City Coyotes, and they have this thing to say about him. With the acquisition of a wide receiver early in this draft, we felt the need to clear up some space in the team's wide receiver room. And the next natural step was trading one of our wide receivers for another wide receiver. Dynamic was awesome to talk to in scouting conversations, and we're looking forward to adding a kind person like him to our locker room. Now you can explain if you really want to.
Nah, at this point, Negs came to us, hey, you want to make this trade for Derek Prince, an IA receiver? I'm like, sure, and just made the trade.
Nice. Big brain thinking right there.
Love.
Speaking of
Great.
big brains, Sarasota picks offensive lineman LeBlockus Brick Wall. Goat name. User CSBBK4, and they said with arguably one of the greatest names for an offensive lineman of all time, we had to take LeBlockus here at 44. Offensive line was something we were planning ahead for going into the draft, and we see Brick Wall stifling defenders for Sarasota and keeping our QB's pocket clean.
Quick.
Russ, looks like San Jose is on the clock.
I mean, that is what it appears to look like.
Does
So
look
with
like that.
with this pick, we traded.
Hey,
Got him.
The third trade in
all.
4 picks.
I need a 5-minute
Oh.
explanation why you traded.
I
Cool.
can do that.
So we traded here because we wanted some cap space, and we needed a filler defensive lineman to kind of help us bridge to Boomer. And by golly, OC wanted this pick, and they were willing to give us those things. So
All
All right.
right.
You can have
So at pick 45, the Otters have selected Crazy Tomato player. Crazy Tomato, defensive end.
Hey,
That's
the Otters took him.
Yeah,
we had
well,
It's
so
the
many.
Otters. Should be
We
the
had
Otters.
so many near trades during this draft, and we were finally able to pull one off here at 45. We were shocked to see Crazy Tomato keep falling, and we tried to trade up for him numerous times before we finally got it done. We are thrilled to get a person this active and with this much Discord activity so far into the draft. I think it's safe to say he's the steal of the draft. From a player perspective, they help complete a youth movement on the D line, and we look forward to the duo of Katarn and Tomato scaring opposing offensive lines for seasons to come.
All
The
right.
fact that he fell this far for being an active guy is crazy.
Yeah, like he bought
Russ,
tier
y'all
6
got-
equipment. Like,
Yeah. Russ, you got to fucking steal, bro.
Nope, not Russ.
nope.
Orange County picked him.
The
So there are
the
still
stupid
the
render.
draft said the render says he's going to San Jose, and
I mean-
Moby said he's going to San Jose. So you
yeah,
might as well just give him to San Jose.
Obviously,
Congrats, Russ.
No.
I guess it's law.
All right, Uptown.
So-
for up what I
nope,
said for
hold on.
Russ goes
Nope.
Uptown.
Nope, stop talking. I want everyone. There are still 24 people watching the stream. I want everyone to ping Infinite MPG in Jin chat or whatever server you share and tell him that he messed
bet.
up. And now Yellowknife is on the clock.
I thought you were talking to us and we messed up. Like you cut the stream.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
you all messed up.
What's the problem?
Whatever. With the 45th overall pick, 46th overall pick. Shut up. Just do the
Oh
thing.
my god.
The Yellowknife Wraith select. Lane Frost III, the return of the man, the myth, the legend,
The coach,
Come
the
full
coach's son, the
circle.
coach's dad.
the legend of Lane
Now
Frost
the
comes
coach's
home.
grandson.
It's been quite the journey for Frost in the league, but no one can doubt his dedication. We're excited to have him back in Yellowknife, especially as a much-needed wide receiver. It's come full circle, guys.
It truly
I think we can
has.
all be happy.
Why the hell is everybody pinging me?
Hi, Infinite.
It's the bird.
Hi, Infinite.
You messed up.
What
It's
That's fine.
what happened?
Were you asleep?
Anyway,
which
What were
one
y'all
was?
San
results
Jose
like that?
traded a pick to the Otters, but you left the pick that ended up being that render as San Jose. It should have been the Otters.
Ah, crap. Which pick was that?
Crazy
Pick
tomato.
45.
This one.
45.
45.
You're
The
looking.
tomato man.
All right. How am I going to yell at the GMs for this
Did you
one?
get woken up by
Yeah,
the pings
good
or
luck.
something?
Good luck.
I
We
think
did
he
all we
did.
could
He
for
sounds-
this. I am
I even
patiently
reacted
waiting.
to it. I don't know what happened there. All right. Oh, well. I'll fix it.
Follow the format, Russ, in Orange County.
Yeah,
I'm sure that
that's
was the
it.
problem.
I didn't post it. Wasn't me. I never
blame
post
Uptown
because the
Cord.
format's always wrong. I'm too smart for that. I'm a
All
veteran
right.
GM.
Peace.
Sure.
See you, Infinite. Okay.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
Thanks, old bird.
Chicago is up, and with pick 47, Chicago selects running back Ivan Ivanov, user KMAT, for I believe the third time. KMAT's
That's
joined
right.
Chicago. Painted says, they say third time's the yep, there it is, 3 times. They say third time's the charm, and we hope that is the case with KMAT, having drafted him for now the third time. While still young and a little unpredictable, we thought drafting KMAT here was great value, especially with him being a recreate for us and willing to play any position. Welcome back. I would like to point out something hilarious that Painted probably doesn't want shared. Whenever Painted reached out to KMAT to scout him, KMAT did not remember him. This will be Painted's 4th or 5th time GMing KMAT.
Good lord.
Jesus Christ.
love to
Oh,
see it.
Bless him.
no.
Okay.
Bless
I'm
his heart.
confident your Copperheads are on the clock.
You got a spicy one coming up for you guys. With the
Ooh.
48th overall pick, the Copperheads will select the most impactful trade in league
Wow.
history. Jenny, write this one down. This one's going to be in a
I
media
need a
one
second.
day. We'll trade 48
I
for $3 million cap in season 45. Yeah, Baltimore approached us after like an hour that we were like in the war room and we're like, we don't know what we want to do with this pick. And they gave us this offer. So we're like, great, you can have it.
Nice.
And yeah, that's how that worked out.
Very cool.
Nice.
Baltimore is up now.
Yep. And so with this pick from the trade, they have selected Lod Vilkshelm. Like a sexy orange, if you know what I
I
mean.
love it.
Also a Pacific Northwesterner. We really enjoyed our talks with Sexy Orange. Although they may not have earned as much as they like, they're eager to delve into the deeper realm of the sim, and we're glad we picked up a steal this late in the draft. I'm not sure that Baltimore is aware that Baltimore's not in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, that's sounds like
kinda
they're
weird.
listening to FSF a little too
Oh, as a
much.
connection.
Yeah, I think he's probably got them convinced of some, not good things.
Mm-hmm. Seems to be that way.
Interesting.
Now, at pick 49, Sarasota will select wide receiver Jared Marshall, user Venomous Wario. That's our second Wario this draft. What's more fearsome than regular Wario? Oh, wait, no, the other one was Waluigi, wasn't it? I don't know.
No, it was Wario Saturday.
Oh, Wario Saturday.
It was
Okay,
Wario. That was
Cool.
Wario Saturday. Venomous Wario.
cool. I knew I couldn't have been wrong. Anyway, what's more fearsome than regular Wario? Well, obviously one that's venomous. We foresee the same fear being struck into the hearts of defensive backs in the ISFL, and we're happy to add another piece to our wide receiver core. And we haven't heard from Rotz in a while, but his
Well,
team is on the clock.
that's fine because I'm back here. And with the 50th pick, Berlin selects Nicholas Gilbert, user Nick Gilbert 17, linebacker from the London Royals. This point in the draft, we were looking for people that logged into the forums, people that we were able to, people that earned money and TPE. So Nick was there. We always need linebackers. So perfect fit. Hope you'll join us in the Berlin locker room, Nick.
Was Nick Gilbert the Colorado running back way back when?
You're asking me questions I cannot answer.
Yeah, usually Russ knows the answers, but we'll
I don't
skip
know. It
over
doesn't
that.
sound familiar to me. Sorry. Let you down.
All right, Colorado's up next.
With the 51st overall pick, Colorado will select Kieran Kovalev, just here to leave, a tight end from Dallas. And this is what they had to say. Maybe the username is wrong and they are here to stay. That is all.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. Pick 52. Sarasota's up, and they take tight end Theo Blake, user Charlie C. And they said, seeing a tight end of Theo's caliber still available at this point in the draft was too much to pass up. Sarasota has had some phenomenal tight ends throughout their history, and we're hoping Theo can be a part of that list. And next is New Orleans.
With the 53rd overall pick, New Orleans selects Banana Man just in time on tight end from Minnesota. At this point, we're getting into the later end of the draft where we might get IAs or lower TPE guys that we take shots on, and you can never have too many tight ends if you want to do what's it called, like I formation, running the ball. If we decide to go there, and we feel like just in time can help us out this endeavor.
Very cool. Looks like you got another pick.
And the back-to-back pick with the 54th overall pick, New Orleans selects Logan Johnson, kicker from Tijuana. So this was pretty much, I guess sort of a value / need pick, given that our main kicker, Dos Santos, a legend by the way, is approaching, possibly approaching retirement. I think the auto regression feature, I think after 10 or 11 seasons you auto retire. So we decided to just take a shot on the kicker and go from there.
He just wrote me on Discord, so you're in lucky.
Nice.
Hmm?
All right, pick 55, Chicago again for the 100th time, I think. And they'll select cornerback, Big Bertha, Mo. Inactive, you're out there, come back, please.
No,
This is
has
Baltimore.
69 TP. Can never come back.
Nice.
Well, they can come back. They just don't have to earn anymore.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, Baltimore's up.
Yep. And with this selection, they have chosen HK19, user Doppelganger. Currently IA, we hope they come back to the league. They could always use another Star Wars fan on the team.
Also,
Nerds.
69 TP.
Big nerds. HK19 was the droid in KOTOR that called everybody meatbags. Yep.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Yep.
All right, last pick in the draft, Moby. Who you taking?
With the last pick in the draft, we take 2 frames, aka Conway Spitty, defensive end from Bondi Beach. And with that, we conclude the draft.
Yep.
Woo.
Congrats to everyone drafted.
Yeah.
I'll someone will get your SIGs posted here pretty soon. Thank you to you guys for helping me host.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
having us.
hosting.
Thanks
Think
for clicking
that's-
buttons.
Probably about it. See you guys next
Yeah.
time.
Congrats to all the rookies. Enjoy your new teams.
Congrats to all the draftees. If you're IA, come back. We all need you.